For the first time in 2025-2026, the Grayson County Lady Cougar Volleyball team takes the new and improved Cougar Den floor, as it is the first home event for the K105 broadcast schedule of this school year. And a good evening and welcome into the Cougar Den for tonight's coverage of Lady Cougar Volleyball right here on K105. Sam Gormley here with you for another year of Grayson County High School sports. And listen, last year, pretty darn good, if you ask me. Football team, 9 wins. Volleyball gets to the region semifinals. Basketball, yeah, they did pretty good. You know, a region championship appearance. Girls region semifinals. Baseball wins the district. They get back to the region. Softball much improved. And this year, well, the expectations are even higher across these sports. And we're very excited to get you ready for that, as this is the Locker Room Show brought to you by our friends at Hometown Hangout. Make sure to stop by and see them before, during, and after every Grayson County game. They'll get to re-put up the Hometown Hangout MVP wall, because we'll be giving out our first one of the new year in just a mere hour or two away to find out who will be the first one on the wall this year. As Grayson County and Hancock County about ready to roll here as they're doing some warm-ups. So coming up on our Locker Room Show, we'll introduce you to both of these squads. And listen, we're about to have the first serve. We're about ready to roll. It's a whole lot of fun. So what we'll do is we'll take a break. We'll come back with more after this, as this is the Hometown Hangout Locker Room Show on K105.
Ready to make a splash for a cause? Join the Ducking Tunger Regatta at Litchfield Aquatic Center, Monday, September 1st. Every $5 ticket supports the Grayson County Alliance Food Pantry. And with only 2,000 tickets available, your odds are better than ever. Plus, you could win the grand prize of $1,000. Dive in and help us float toward a hunger-free community. Visit gc-alliance.com to secure your ticket today. Help us paddle against hunger.
Measles cases are on the rise, but there's good news. The MMR vaccine is the safest way to protect yourself and your community from measles, mumps, and rubella. Measles isn't just a rash. It can lead to serious health issues like pneumonia and brain swelling, even in healthy kids. That's why doctors recommend 2 MMR doses for lifelong protection. And cost shouldn't be a barrier. Many vaccines are free, even without insurance. Call 855-598-2246 to find a provider near you. This message is paid for by Kentucky Voices for Health, the Kentucky Broadcasters Association, and this station.
I crave adventures that spark joy and create memories. Sailing the seas with Royal Caribbean or exploring the magic of Disney parks. And with your global getaway, my dreams are expertly crafted. From all-inclusive Caribbean resorts to tailor-made itineraries, Mark turns wanderlust into reality. Why settle for ordinary when you can have extraordinary?
Your global getaway. Expertise in unforgettable vacations. Call Mark at 270-296-0106 or visit yourglobalgetaway.com. Start living your travel dreams today.
Yes, start living your travel dreams today.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Welcome back here to the Cougar Den, Grayson County and Hancock County. The first home matchup of the season for the Lady Cougars. They actually opened up the year last night, a 3-0 loss to Muhlenberg County, in a matchup that head coach Shane Decker, it was the first game of the season, is kind of the way he described it to me. There was definitely a lot of room to grow for this squad, and not a performance that he necessarily was that happy with. But listen, it's first game of the season, long road trip on a hot bus. Some of the odds stacked against you there, and listen, you can bounce back from that here today. They were led last night by Taylor Gaskin. She had 9 kills, 8 digs. Layla Eskew serving-wise, she led the way with 5 aces for this Grayson County squad. Eskew, one of the main returners for this squad, 215 kills last year, helping that team finish in the region semifinals, 17-14 record. On the other side, Hancock County, some returning players as well that have some experience, but they're going to be turning to some youth as well. and to try and improve upon a 5-20 record last year. So they lost in the district semifinals. Bella Bryant had 70 kills a year ago, and Claire Swihart, she had 63 to lead the teams in those two categories. Hancock County coached by Jana Burton, assisted by Samara Heflin. On the other side, Grayson County, Shane Decker, the head coach for the Lady Cougars in year number 2 at the helm of the program, joined by Mike McClintock, Coach Mac, helping out with the volleyball squad. He was a former head coach of the Edmondson County volleyball team. And Nancy Mudd, former Lady Cougar volleyball head coach. She got a lot of experience on this Grayson County bench, trying to get everybody in line and get ready here for what should be a great matchup here between Hancock County and Grayson County. Of course, all of this is leading up to Friday nights, which I've heard it's a little bit of a big football game. I don't know. It's something Tobacco Bowl. Yeah, Tobacco Stick is on the line. Grayson County and Edmondson County, the Cougs have won 6 straight in that series. They'll look to make it 7. No team has ever won 7 straight in the Tobacco Bowl. Grayson County will try to be the first here this season. Should be a great one on Friday night, but first, we got a little bit of volleyball to get us rolling here between Grayson County and Hancock County. So when we come back, well, I think it's time for us to start rolling and playing a little bit of volleyball. So Grayson County and Hancock County, they're getting ready to do the anthem and the lineups. So when we come back, it'll be time for us to roll, as this is Lady Cougar Volleyball on K105.
Owensboro Health offers excellent care for your entire family. Close to home in Grayson County with locations in Litchfield, Big Clifty, and Caneyville. Our primary care providers are experts in managing high blood pressure, diabetes, and other chronic conditions, so you can stay healthy and feel your best. Make an appointment today with one of our primary care providers at owensborohealth.org/primary care.
Struggling with mortgage debt from COVID? Team Kentucky can help. If you restructured your home loan and deferred payments to the end of your mortgage, you may qualify for up to $60,000 in assistance to pay off that debt. Help is also available for other COVID-related hardships if you meet income guidelines. Apply today at www.protectmykyhome.org. This ad is sponsored by Kentucky Housing Corporation, the Kentucky Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Paying for your student's college can feel overwhelming. Scholarships and grants help, but they might not cover everything. That's where the Kentucky Advantage Parent Loan comes in. With competitive low interest rates and no application, late, or other fees, the Kentucky Advantage Parent Loan offers a smooth and affordable solution. Owned and managed by a state-based nonprofit lender, we're committed to helping families like yours. Apply today and take the next step in supporting their dreams. Visit KentuckyAdvantageLoan.com or call 800-988-6333 to learn more.
Okay, time to see if I got it.
Yes!
It is my honor to welcome you to the class of 2029. See you, teacher! Congratulations and welcome to the Big Blue Nation!
Everyone deserves a bright future. Find your future at futurity.org.
When garbage is thrown on the ground, tossed out a car window, illegally dumped, or poured down storm drains, it all ends up in our streams and lakes. Which means that pretty soon we'll be reeling in more trash than fish. Do your part to keep our new Kentucky home clean. Thanks, Team Kentucky.
Hi, I'm Bob with Hometown Hangout Sports Pub and Grill. You might have noticed we don't have fancy decor or celebrity chefs. It's true, we've ignored the trend of upscale dining and extravagant renovations. That gets pretty expensive, you know. And in the end, it's the customer who pays for those upgrades. Not at Hometown Hangout. Our guests come to us for one thing, to have a great time. Whether you're with the family, the whole team, or just friends, you'll love our fun atmosphere, exciting games, and great food. Hometown Hangout on West White Oak. See you after the game.
Midway Pharmacy is your trusted local partner in health and wellness. offering free delivery so you never have to worry about picking up your medications. The friendly staff knows you by name and is always ready to assist you. Living and raising our families in the same community, they understand your needs. With a wide range of services and personalized care, Midway Pharmacy is here to make your life easier and healthier. Visit or call any countywide location today of Midway Pharmacy.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where it is inching closer towards the first serve of the brand new home season for Grayson County. They're on one, lost last night to Muhlenberg County. For Hancock County, this is their first matchup of the new year. Should be a great one here between Grayson County and Hancock County. We thank you for joining us today as well. In fact, it is a new and improved Lady Cougar, or Cougar Den as well. In fact, as you see, you're probably saying, that floor looks a little different. You're right. It is a brand new floor. They've got the orange outside. They've got the Cougar Paw is now at center court. And also, I'm not sure we have a camera angle that shows it, but we can get it. They have now painted up top, and it says Cougar Den. I guess it does kind of show it there at the top in your camera angle, as you can see where it says Cougar Den. There you go. As it looks good, and behind us, you can't see it, I don't think. Well, maybe our camera up here might be able to spin it and show it. We might even be able to wave and say hi. If it goes to the left a little bit, you'll be able to see that they even have they can say we can wave here and say hi, but it says this nice Cougar behind us, and it says County, and then on the other side it says Grayson. So it looks really good. Some of the improvements to the Cougar Den this year, and listen, you got a nice basketball season hopefully coming back, so we are excited for what should be a great year. But first off, we got a little bit of volleyball action for us here tonight. Rob Trantham, your head official over on the far side. As we talked to him beforehand, he says he's going to go back and watch. He says I'm not allowed to complain about his calls. So I asked him, I said, can I just get one? And we compromised. So I get one complaint the entire night, and I can't imagine that I'm going to need to use it, but hey, maybe I will. I don't know. We kid about that. It's always good to see him and his crew, and they always do a really good job here in volleyball. Hancock County going to get us rolling here to open us up, as it'll be Ensley Staples, the freshman, to serve from left to right. Hancock wearing the red, Grayson County wearing the orange jerseys. Libero for Hancock is in gray. Libero for Grayson County is in navy. The opening matchup of the home season here at the Cougar Den is underway, and it's a service error for Hancock County off the hand of Ensley Staples. And just like that, Grayson County strikes first in the matchup. They lead 1-0. Emma Roney to get the serve for Grayson County to open us up. And it's sent over the net, and an ace for Grayson County to get us fired up here. For Roney, the sophomore outside hitter, last year didn't have a ton of experience. Only had 5 kills, 3 aces, but she has her first ace of the season there. Received by Hancock County, and how about a second ace it will be? Back-to-back for Emma Roney for Grayson County, and they lead 3-0. Roney to serve. Setting up into the middle for Hancock County. A little too strong on the hit. And it is going to be another point for Grayson County. Another point for Grayson County there. And a good start for the orange and blue of Grayson County to open us up here. Another serve for the Lady Cougars. Setting up into the middle, Swihart over. Right side, hit! And finishing there for Grayson County is Chloe Gaither, the junior. Finds the bottom of the floor, Grayson leads 6-0. Good start here at home for Grayson County. They lost last night to Muhlenberg County 3-0. Matchup, I talked to Shane Decker, the head coach, before, and he just said, you know, it just wasn't our night. Didn't play great. Left a lot to be desired. And starting off with a 6-0 lead is the way you want to do after not a great performance. That hits the pole, and we're going to have a point here for Grayson County, and it'll be a timeout for Hancock County. Lady Cougars up a touchdown here in set number 1. We'll take a break, come back with more. This is Lady Cougar Volleyball on K105.
When I grow up, I want to be a ballerina.
Because dancing makes me happy. I get to entertain people, and nothing makes me feel more like me.
PI impacts millions of children's lives. Early and accurate diagnosis and treatment gives children like Olivia a chance to achieve their dreams.
It takes a great team to put on a show. It also takes a great team of caring people to keep a dream alive. And now my dreams are coming true.
For more information, visit our website at info4pi.org.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence.
They didn't take the full minute. Instead, it's only about a 45-second timeout. And a service error for Grayson County is going to give Hancock their first point of the 2025 season. 7-1, Grayson on top. It's a little weird. So the next edition of the renovations here of the Cougar Den, which have happened, I guess, over the last 5 or 6 years, is new scoreboards coming, and they aren't in yet. So because of that, you might see on Grayson County's side, and there's a point as a kill on the outside for Hancock County. I believe that was off the arm of, looked like Macy Roberts is going to get credit for that. But if you see on the Grayson County side, when it comes back, it is very barren on the wall, and that's because a scoreboard is coming. They had to take one of the old scoreboards out from storage and hang it up on the left-hand side here so they at least had something to display the score. For a minute, I thought we were going to have to go back old school, as that is out. Is it out or in? Okay, I thought it is point Grayson County as it was displayed as out. I thought the line judge here on the near side did say out, and a little hesitant there to do it. One of the improvements, though, on the floor here at Grayson County is that the volleyball lines are now orange. They used to be on the old floor like a light tan, and it made it very difficult, as there's a point for Grayson County at the net, made it very difficult to see where the ball sometimes went out. And for myself, being partially colorblind, it really hurt me because I couldn't tell. Callie Tunnicliffe here to serve for Grayson County. And there is going to be an ace for Callie. She had one all of last season, matches that total here in the 4th set of the season for Grayson County. 10-2. Grayson leads in the first set. Far side Roberts sends it over, received by Lindsay. Setting up into the middle for Eskew. Ashby setting up near side to Gaskin. Miss hit for Grayson County. Alexis Ashby, double hit called. Didn't have the greatest positioning there, and looked like she was a little bit off balance, which caused that hit to hit off the hand twice. Serve coming for the libero, Addie Harrison, the junior. She did not play varsity volleyball a year ago, just gets it over the net, received back over by Lindsay. Lindsay also missed most of last season with an injury, and we'll have a kill on the far side for Grayson County. Back into the libero role. With the libero, you get free movement through that possession. That's why they wear the different color jersey. You can leave. You don't have to follow the rotations as far as leaving the matchup, and you can go in and out of the line there on the floor. And it is a position that, and there's a block by Eskew, and Gracie Eskew finds it in there. You got both of the twins out onto the floor, both Layla and Gracie. Thankfully, they have different hair color this year. I like that. That makes it a little bit easier for me, as this is Layla to serve. Gracie is at the net. So Layla's got the darker hair this year, and Layla has an ace. She had 5 last night. Great way to open up here for Grayson County. Layla also has a nice pair of shoes on. We got some good shoe game out there for Grayson County. Now, I'm not the one that can tell you, oh, those are Jordan. Yeah, I'm not. No, I don't. I just go on color, and listen, those are a pair of bright pink ones. I like it. And the bright pink shoes lead to back-to-back aces. You got Emma Roney, who's got a, I guess we could classify those as, I don't know if they're quite baby blue. Are they baby blue? Maybe a little bit. They're blue, though. And you got like some lime green ones out there for Callie Tunnicliffe. I like it. Got some pink ones, too, on Hancock County side. SQ looking for a 3rd straight ace. Setting up. And we have net contact made for Hancock County, I believe was the call. And it's a point for Grayson County. 15-3 Grayson County. Leads here in this opening set. They led 7-0. And we're going to have another ace for SQ. Layla SQ, 34 aces a year ago. She's now up to 8 this season. Which I think in a 30-match season, that's on pace for a lot of them. Just getting it over the net was Caroline Connor. One of 2 seniors on this Hancock County squad. Finished last year with a 5-20 record. Jana Burton took the team over. She did a lot of work with the middle school program prior to that point, and you see that a lot where it gives it more of a seamless transition because, you know, she knows a bunch of these girls that are on their way up through the program. She played also volleyball on one of Hancock County's first teams around the turn of the century. Kill on the near side for Taylor Gaskin, as her assistant, Samara Heflin, was one of her first hires. You know, I read a good article from the, I think it was the Hancock Clarion, their newspaper up there, and when they interviewed Jana, she said that Samara was one of her first calls. Knew that when she wanted to coach this team that she needed her help in doing so because she played volleyball right after. So we're going to have a service error for Grayson County. Taylor Gaskin put a little too much on it. But wanted to connect some of those early years of Hancock County Hornet volleyball. So for the most part, you had for the first, 7 or 8 years of the volleyball team at Hancock County are run by the members of the coaching staff here for Hancock County, and they're now running it themselves and trying to build this program up in a competitive 3rd region and also competitive 11th district. Set up for Grayson County into the middle, slapped over by Gracie Eskew. Received by Tunnicliffe, running over to try and grab it is Ashby, but she runs out of real estate. A little self-preservation there to not go head first into the bleachers, which probably wouldn't be the best decision to do. Those bleachers are undefeated. Serve coming from Macy Roberts. 17-6. Grayson in control. Received and goes back over, but tapped over by Hancock County. At the net, met by Maddie Mayoros, the junior. Dug out low by Lindsay. Deflected out off the hand of, it was either off the hand of Gracie Eskew or Alexis Ashby, or maybe both of them at the same time, and finds the floor for Hancock County, who, after falling behind 7-0, is has played the rest of this set fairly even. Just skirts over the top of the net. Roney. Into the middle, and it is in, just finding the floor. Mayoros with it. Hancock bring it now to within 8. Again, as the reminder, these sets play to 25. Best of 5. So first one to win 3 sets wins the match. If you're looking at the scoreboard, you have in parentheses on the team name, it says right now 0-0. That will change to a 1, a 2, and so on as the matchup goes along. And we're going to have a point to Grayson County, as it was 4 hits on Grayson. It was one of those that my brain was like, I think that was 4. And then the whistle was blown. I was like, okay, I thought so. I'm a little rusty, though, so I'd never put it past me to be wrong. Macy Roberts. Back over for Roney. Roberts puts it into the net. Point Grayson County. Substitution for the Lady Cougars. We're going to see Chloe Gaither re-entering, and Tunnicliffe will check out. And it'll be Ashby back to serve. She did have an ace last night in the loss to Muhlenberg County. Ashby sets it up near side and off the hand of Gaither. Just getting over the net, but it'll be a point for Grayson County. A double hit called on Hancock. And after the Lady Hornets had a little run of themselves, Grayson County has hopefully squashed that with a run of themselves, trying to get up to an early 1-0 lead in this set, and more importantly, pick up that first set win of the season here in matchup number 2. Gracie SQ just gets back over. Setting up, Gracie was in the way of Alexis Ashby. Just a bad luck one, as Gracie, I don't think, really knew where the ball was. And Alexis ended up having to take it almost off of Gracie's head. Serve for Mayoros. Slapped over by Ashby. And it's a point for Grayson County. Ensley Staples comes in, as does libero Addie Harrison. The JV Lady Cougars won the matchup 2-0 earlier today. Callie Lindsay to serve. One of a big class of seniors on this Lady Cougar team, and a block is going to be points for Grayson County. SQ teams up with Gaither. This Grayson County squad has 6 seniors. They'll be honored on senior night against Edmonson County a little bit later on this season. We will be here for that one. Just getting over an off-balance serve from Claire Swihart. Or rather, an off-balance swing, and I don't really know how she did that, and it found it. 21-12. See here, I look down and get a text message here in the break, and none other than the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Steven Smith, locked in and watching at home. SQ goes into the net. Maybe one of these games we gotta get Steven up here to do a little color analyst work for volleyball, or I don't know if he can, if he only knows basketball or what it might be. Maybe we can get him up here. I know Simon, our director today, he's been asking for that. I don't know if Garen, our camera operator, wants Steven here or not. I don't know. He might. Into the middle. Set back over. Lindsay sets it up for Ashby. At the net. Oh, SQ couldn't quite get it. Point to Hancock, and we're back now to a 7-point deficit. Tell you, if you're Jana Burton, you have to be pretty happy with the fight that you've shown after you were down 7-0. You've played this matchup even since that point. Ashby Sets it up, and an error for Grayson County. Roney couldn't quite find it. Steven responds saying he's in. He says he doesn't know much about basketball either, so it doesn't really do it. Yeah, maybe Edmondson County might be the perfect one for Steven to come in. And the biggest thing, too, is it was slapping over. We get to debut a new football color analyst as well. Eskew finds it for a point for Grayson County, as you'll be able to hear that on Friday night as we'll be down in good old Brownsville, Kentucky. A new football color analyst will be joining me, and excited to introduce him on Friday. Look forward to that. I think I've only done one game with a volleyball color analyst, and it was none other than Mr. Shane Decker. He was here as an assistant principal one day. There's going to be a point for Hancock County. And he just had to be here in that role, and he came up to me and he said, hey, you need a color analyst? I said, well, if you want to, you can. He came up, and we had a good old time. I think the Lady Cougars even won that night, which makes it even better. And then he promptly retired as an analyst. There's an ace for Hancock County. And just like that, it's now a 5-point advantage. Bella Bryant had the ace there, as we're going to see Ava Gardner for the first time. Grayson dominated this matchup early, but Hancock has fought back to make it interesting, and a service error off the hand of Bella Bryant. Tunnicliffe re-enters. Gaither will leave. Tunnicliffe serves. And a kill for Hancock County. Claire Swihart. And again, it remains a 5-point advantage, and I kind of like Shane Decker here. He's not calling a timeout. I think he really wants to see his team fight through a little bit of adversity. You've got 5 points to work with. You need 2. I like that. And too strong on the serve from Harrison. After she had a couple into the net on serves earlier, that one she put a little bit too much on. Set point for Layla Eskew. She's already got a couple of aces tonight, trying to keep it up and finish off this opening set. Back over go the Lady Hornets. There's Eskew for Tunnicliffe, setting it up for Gracie Eskew. High into the rafters, and that's the set for Grayson County. Gracie Eskew finishes it off, and Grayson wins the first set 25-18. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with set number 2, Lady Cougar Volleyball, right here on K105.
You complete me, together we're one. I never want to be without you, together's more fun. Together we are one.
Sophia A., absent, because transportation was absent.
Maria J., absent, because child care for siblings was absent.
Julio M., absent, because housing was absent.
Cole W.
Darren L.
Olivia H.
Absent.
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 When communities and schools is present, 99% of our students are present and ready to learn.
Dear Coach.
Dear Coach.
Dear Coach, they don't teach you that inner strength is the most important kind of strong, but you taught me that.
They don't teach you how to build confidence in yourself or how to deal with all the pressures all at once, but you taught me that.
First tee was more than golf. It's where I discovered what I'm capable of. You didn't just prepare me for 18 holes. You were preparing me for every day of my life. Learn more at firsttee.org.
in life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Welcome back here to, got a little bit of me deciding whether we wanted to come back then, keep it rolling, or what. It's always an moving thing. We also had to work because our camera operator had to go get a drink for the director and everything. So it's good there. Perfect timing, though. Going with the old taste of the mountains. I respect it. From Simon Drain, our director, Garen Johnson, your camera operator today, our very talented K105 crew. Appreciate you taking the time to join us here today. Here comes the serve to open us up for Emma Roney. Lady Cougars lead the match 1-0. After Hancock made it interesting, 25-18, though, was the final set tally for Grayson County. And they're going to open up. Well, Hancock does a great job making it interesting, at least there, and it's going to end up being a point for Grayson County. Get one of our first rafter shots of the day, and again, that's in play. It can live up there if it wanted to and bounce around like a pinball. That is live, heading the rafters. And you will see it bounce up there and makes it challenging trying to find exactly how to read it. Gaither into the middle to Layla Eskew, who finds the floor. Point Grayson County. Layla starting to warm up. Finished off the last set. I guess it was Gracie, rather, that finished off the last set with a kill. Trying to keep it rolling, though, here in set number 2. I didn't even notice over here on the left side, our camera operator, he got Diet Mountain Dew. So we got double Mountain Dews on each side of me today. They never asked the broadcaster whether he wants anything, though. As it goes back over. Ashby on that far side, finding the floor is Gaither. Kind of a rainbow kill for Gaither. And go back to Emma Roney to serve. Roney, the sophomore outside hitter for this Grayson County squad. And it'll be a point for Hancock, their first here of the second set. Ensley Staples, the freshman, to let it fly for the Hornets. Nice dig low down to grab it. Hancock keeps it alive. Really nice teamwork there as Macy Roberts went down nearly to the floor to find it, and it's going to end up being a point for Hancock. I mean, Roberts went down way low to get that. Now, those are those plays that make me just realize how hard volleyball is. The communication and the body control to get down low to grab that is incredibly challenging. And I'm not sure what the issue is here. Rob Trantham having a conversation with Taylor Gaskin. And now we're going to have a conference here for the officials. And I don't know what the conversation is here. I don't know if they're asking. I think Grayson County might be saying they should have gotten that last point. As Taylor Gaskin went up to Rob Trantham and said, hey, isn't that our point? And I'll be honest with you, I thought it landed on Hancock County's side, but also I didn't know if I'm just too old, and it is Hancock County point. For a second there, I didn't know if Rob might have had to come up to us and do a little review or something. Could have pulled up on our stream here, watched a couple times, seen the play, looked at the angles, and no, like thankfully none of the officials have realized that we probably have the ability to do that. So there's a point to Hancock. They've tied now the match, or tied the set up here 1-1. As I hope we never get to the point where replay is a thing in high school. I don't think it's necessary, and it's just not something that I hope we ever get to the point. I think it has its benefits in the professional game, and even then, I think we might do a little bit too much of it at times. Lindsay dives after, makes a nice play to grab it. It ends up going to be a point for Hancock, and they now lead the set here 4-3. Their first lead of the season. Shane Decker making his team fight through some adversity. Set up by Gaither. Eskew with a quick hit over. Ashby. Ashby sets it up for Gaither. Is it out? It is. Not a great start to this set for the orange and blue of Grayson County. Macy Roberts. They're setting up near side. Quick hit over from Gaskin. Into the middle. Eskew finds it. When you need something good to happen, you turn to one of your seniors. And Layla Eskew finds the floor. Blocked. Point Grayson County. Eskew and Gaskin team up. Another serve for Tunnicliffe here for Grayson. They've tied the set up here. This is where you need to go on a little 3 or 4 straight. Reclaim the momentum in the match. Hancock feeling good. You just want to re-cement yourselves. Eskew at the net. Point Grayson County. Those are those ones that are so tough because you don't know what side that ball's going to land on. So you got both teams like, oh no, what's it going to do? And it luckily lands on the side of Hancock County for a point for Grayson. And an ace for Grayson County. There's your little run for the Lady Cougars, and I think you want at least one more point here. You want to stay +2 if you can, as much as possible. And an ace for Grayson County. A bit of a miscommunication between Swihart and Staples. It turns in for Tunnicliffe there for Grayson County. And another one for Grayson County. Callie. Nice little run and a timeout, Hancock County. Lady Cougars lead 9-5, set 2. It's Lady Cougar Volleyball on K105.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
You complete me. Together we're one. I never want to be without you. Together's more fun. Together we're one. Woo.
9-5, Grayson leads here in this second set. A little run for Grayson County, but it is ended off a smack off the left side. Caroline Connor finds it. Grayson leads the matchup 1-0. as they took a 25-18 first set matchup. They led 7-0 in the first set, but Hancock really has played well since that point after the early timeouts from their head coach, Jana Burton. Nice hit back over, and it is a point for Grayson County. Substitution for Hancock County, and in for Grayson County is going to be Gracie Eskew. Layla Eskew already got a couple of aces tonight, trying to add to it right now. Tunnicliffe smacked over with the right hand by Gaskin. And point Grayson County. Losing her balance on the inside was Swihart. Grayson County gets to open up district play. That'll be on Thursday, as they'll make the trip to Old Morgantown to take on Butler County. Butler County, I know, has a new head coach. And point grass, it bounces a couple of times on top of the net. Hancock, though, keeps it alive. Eskew finding the floor is Gracie Eskew. And Grayson has doubled up Hancock now, as they have scored 7 of the last 8 points in this match. But Grayson will travel to Butler County on Thursday, for they'll be back at home on Monday. So they'll take on Franklin Simpson. Diving down to get it. The communication a little off on that one from Grayson County. Ava Gardner re-enters here for Grayson. And the libero, Addie Harrison, goes in for Hancock. We mentioned the assistant coaches for Grayson County. A service error for Hancock can be a point for Grayson. You've also got a couple of former players. Allie Dotson sitting there on the bench. And you've even got Abby Ray, who graduated, I think it was last year. I think Abby graduated last year. Allie's been out now for a couple of years, as it goes out on the hit from Hancock. Serve coming for Gaskin. Back over by Eskew. Low to grab it. Kept going by Grayson. Nice play by the Lady Cougars. And point Grayson County. A little too much emphasis on that for our friends from the north. First time these two squads have matched up since 2020. That was a pretty good year for Grayson County, as they lost in the region championship that was held here at the Cougar Den. It was a fun atmosphere for a region championship game against Davis County, considering that there were only, I think they had limited at 50 fans per, because that was obviously in the heat of COVID. Point Grayson County. And I'll only do a 10-second rant. We offered to live stream that. They said no. Okay, there we go. Luckily, they've come more to their senses about streaming some of those big events, and I love the, the argument still was at that point that people won't come, and my argument at that point was they can't come. It's just too long. It really, I don't agree with that argument on a typical day, but at that point, I think it was 50 fans per. It's like they legitimately, they're not allowed. But alas, they don't ask me my opinion. They should, though. Into the rafters. It's kept alive, though, by Hancock, and they're going to send it back over. It went over top of the rafters, and they kept it going. Setting up near side for Grayson. Coming in is Roney. Dug out by Hancock at the net. Back down. Goes Eskew for Grayson County. Remember, though, to stay tuned in to our post-game show. We will talk to head coach Shane Decker, and we'll also have the first Hometown Hangout MVP of the 2025-26 school year. Who could it be tonight? We got a couple of candidates already. And it is a point for Hancock. Just gets inside the line on the hit, and the Lady Hornets stop the run for Grayson County. Grace Franich comes in for Grayson in place of Taylor Gaskin. I believe first time we've called Grace's name tonight. Serve for Connor. At the net, back over, and a point for Hancock. Alexis Ashby couldn't touch it a second time, and no one was there to get there in time. Nice dig low by Tunnicliffe. Flat-footed hit back over from Roney. And into the net goes Roberts. Chloe Gaither back in. Alexis Ashby back to serve for Grayson County. And a kill for Hancock. Maddie Mayoros, the junior. Bella Bryant back in. She's the team leader in kills. Last year as a freshman, she led the team with 70 of them. Got some good youth on this Hancock County squad. They've got a nice future here over these next couple of years as they continue to improve. Blocked by Gracie Eskew for Grayson County. 4 hits, point Grayson County. They've doubled up Hancock here in set number 2. As Eskew and Gardner will leave, Lindsay re-enters, and I believe the other player that came in, I believe it was Layla Eskew, came into the match. Callie Lindsay to serve. And it's an ace for Callie Lindsay. Red off the rafters is Hancock. Into the middle, Eskew, too strong. Point Hancock. Claire Swihart re-entering here for Hancock County. Swihart, one of the senior leaders of the squad last year, 63 kills, 35 digs, 9 aces, and too much on that serve for Hancock County from Mayoros. Back in is the libero Addie Harrison, and in for Grayson County will be Taylor Gaskin. Serve from Roney. Received by Staples. And into the net goes Swihart. 23-11, Grayson leads here in set number 2, trying to finish this set off. Too strong from Roney. It was just barely. It was almost a perfect serve from Roney. Pretty good crowd, though, here tonight at the Cougar Den. Remember, if you are planning on attending games this year at home, which you should, you need to purchase tickets online, as there is no longer a cash option at the door. If you download the GoFan app, it's pretty easy to be able to purchase tickets. And if you're planning on coming to a lot of games, like maybe in basketball season, as there's a kill off the near side for Gasket, or maybe even in volleyball season, maybe you just can't make the trip here tonight, they have season passes available as well. So think of it as, season tickets. You just flash your phone at the door and you just walk on in. It works pretty well. And they'll be doing those for basketball. I assume if they haven't already, they'll probably do them for the 5 football games. The first home football game is next Friday. So again, GoFan. Remember, you will not be able to buy tickets with cash at the door. They're wanting you to do that ahead of time on your cell phone. Middle, Eskew to the left and out. And another set point will come. But the best part about this is this now allows the school to have all students to get in for free. So if you are a Grayson County Schools student from kindergarten to 12th grade, you now no longer have to pay. And that is an error for Hancock County off of Bella Bryant's hand, and Grayson County wins the second set 25-13. They now lead the match 2-0. We'll come back, have more on our volleyball coverage tonight. This is Lady Cougar Volleyball on K105.
Ready to make a splash for a cause? Join the Ducking Tunger Regatta at Litchfield Aquatic Center, Monday, September 1st. Every $5 ticket supports the Grayson County Alliance Food Pantry. And with only 2,000 tickets available, your odds are better than ever. Plus, you could win the grand prize of $1,000. Dive in and help us float toward a hunger-free community. Visit gc-alliance.com to secure your ticket today. Help us paddle against hunger.
Measles cases are on the rise, but there's good news. The MMR vaccine is the safest way to protect yourself and your community from measles, mumps, and rubella. Measles isn't just a rash. It can lead to serious health issues like pneumonia and brain swelling, even in healthy kids. That's why doctors recommend 2 MMR doses for lifelong protection. And cost shouldn't be a barrier. Many vaccines are free, even without insurance. Call 855-598-2246 to find a provider near you. This message is paid for by Kentucky Voices for Health, the Kentucky Broadcasters Association, and this station.
I crave adventures that spark joy and create memories. Sailing the seas with Royal Caribbean or exploring the magic of Disney parks. And with your global getaway, my dreams are expertly crafted. From all-inclusive Caribbean resorts to tailor-made itineraries, Mark turns wanderlust into reality. Why settle for ordinary when you can have extraordinary?
Your global getaway. Expertise in unforgettable vacations. Call Mark at 270-296-0106 or visit yourglobalgetaway.com. Start living your travel dreams today.
Yes, start living your travel dreams today.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence. Through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connection says together, we can.
The one thing I know about Grayson County Schools, when you get the right people going in the right direction, anything's possible.
We are GC Connected.
Grayson leads the matchup now 2-0. So we head to the final set, trying to close out a home season opening sweep for this Grayson County squad. Hancock County trying to make things interesting, and they've played well at times tonight. I mean, they've played Grayson very even. There's a service here to open up from Ensley Staples. I mean, you think Grayson led the first set 7-0. And for the rest of the set, after Hancock County took a timeout, it was 18-18. It was exactly the same, and Hancock had a little sequence there early in the second set where they played Grayson County even as well. Too much on that. Grayson leads 2-0. And a lot of that is the youth of this Hancock County squad, as they're just a young team, and they got a lot to work with, though, here in the future. Serve gets over for Grayson County, rather. Quick over and in. Point for Hancock County. That little rainbow just drops inside, and head coach for Grayson County, Shane Decker, could do nothing but just point and say, yep, that one was in. One of these days, too, I hope we'll have the technology. If you've ever watched tennis, where they have like there's a quick hit over for Grayson. I think they're going to say a double hit. There it is, a double hit on Grayson County. Where they have like the virtual tennis court, where they have the ball to see if it's in or not, and it'll go in a bounce really quick on a challenge. Our director today, Simon, his job this summer was to create that for our volleyball coverage, and did you come up just a little bit short on it? And he says yes. Maybe one day we'll have that coverage on. See, we could do the same thing with like football then, with because they now got that in the NFL. But then again, if they just got this in the NFL today, we're probably at least 20 years behind the NFL. So we're probably got a couple of years until we get the old microchip on the football. 2 strong for Grayson and 4 straight for Hancock County now in this set. And Shane Decker going to go down to a knee, expressing a little bit of frustration from his team. And an ace for Hancock County. They've now scored 5 straight, and Shane Decker now probably thinking, do I need a timeout? And his hope is probably not. You're hoping that they'll take care of it. Bella Bryant having a nice sequence here for Hancock. SQ going back and forth, and finally she says, you know what? I'm sick of this. I'm going to put it in myself. In comes Tunnicliffe for Grayson County, and also Carly Gammon. Gammon's first appearance of the season. She'll come in place of Ashby. Nice dig low from Hancock County to go down and grab it. It ended up going out of bounds, but what an effort from the Lady Hornets. Grayson trying to retie the match up here. I think we're going to have a double hit called against Hancock County. It is. Those are those plays that I give officials a lot of credit for. I've gotten better about it over the years, but I struggle in seeing. And part of it is that we are as far away as we can be from the action, whereas the officials are right there on top of it to see those double hits. But it is a challenging play to pick up on. Now, sometimes you can see it. In the words of Dick Vitale, I'm blind in one eye, but I saw that one. But sometimes, though, it's good officiating. We've got a good crew here tonight. Grayson's retaking the lead here in this set, trying to finish off Hancock County in straight sets. And off the side of the hand from Caroline Connor. And we're going to have a timeout for Hancock County. 7-5, Lady Cougars in control here in the third set. This is the Lady Cougar Volleyball on K105.
Hi, I'm Bob with Hometown Hangout Sports Pub and Grill. You might have noticed we don't have fancy decor or celebrity chefs. It's true, we've ignored the trend of upscale dining and extravagant renovations. That gets pretty expensive, you know. And in the end, it's the customer who pays for those upgrades. Not at Hometown Hangout. Our guests come to us for one thing, to have a great time. Whether you're with the family, the whole team, or just friends, you'll love our fun atmosphere, exciting games, and great food. Hometown Hangout on West White Oak. See you after the game.
You just saw Hometown Hangout. Later on, we'll have our Hometown Hangout MVP a little bit later on in the broadcast here tonight. Grayson's on a little run of themselves, 5 straight points. Hancock kept up by Lindsay, and it is a point for the Lady Hornets out of the timeout. They had a good answer in the first set after Grayson led 7-0. See here, I was just looking and I saw we got an update from the KHSAA. I was hoping it would be an update from one of the soccer games. They were in action tonight down in Edmonson County, but instead it was a update from the game we're currently watching that apparently Grayson County and Hancock County have tied in this match, 0-0. Which, I mean, I know I'm crazy in some instances, but I think it's not tied. I think it's 2-0 Grayson right now. Hopefully we can update the KHSA website here in about 20 minutes for a 3-0 Grayson County sweep. Layla Eskew, ace for Grayson County. The new floor, though, here at Grayson County High School looks really nice. I like the orange. I know when they told me this was happening back in, I don't remember if it was early last basketball season, it's too much on that hit from Hancock. But they said that one of the goals that they wanted to make is they wanted to make this gym, especially the floor, have some more orange. As the floor, like the outside, the sidelines and so on, were all navy. And the bleachers were all navy, and it was one of those things that I think it was Travis Johnston that made the point saying, or maybe been someone else, saying that, if you were just dropped in here and you didn't know who Grayson County was, you would think that their main color, there's a block at the net by Hancock County. Mayoros got a hand on that. You would think that Grayson County's color was navy, whereas their color is orange, is their main color. Because of that, they wanted to make sure that the floor had a little bit more orange on it, and you know what? It looks good. It turned out well, and we mentioned earlier in the broadcast that the volleyball lines itself, as there's an ace, a little bit of a misread from Ava Gardner for Grayson County. But the volleyball lines now are in orange as well, where you have the other lines on the court are navy. Looks good. They did a good job in the design for this. And another ace for Hancock, and a little ugly sequence here for Grayson County. They still lead by 1 in this set, but you don't want to let a team like Hancock County get in a sense of momentum. Dug out low. Off the side of the hand from Hancock. Tunnicliffe back over. Received by Grayson. Setting up for Gaskin. She says, I've had enough. Kill for Grayson County. Gracelyn Allen comes in here for Grayson County. Allen, sophomore outside hitter. She's rocking the shoe game as well. Out on the hit for Hancock County, point for Grayson County. Into the middle. Too strong for Hancock. 13-9, Grayson County. Far side, too much on it. From Staples, and after the Lady Hornets went on a little run of themselves, Grayson has answered. 14-9, trying to finish this off in a 3-set sweep. Dug out by Grayson County. Going after, kept alive. Nice play by the Lady Cougars. Allen sent it back over. Blocked to the net, but it ends up on Grayson County's side anyways. Gracie Eskew and Gammon, Carly Gammon, combined, but the momentum of the ball did end up on the side of Grayson County. To serve will be Roberts. Received by Grayson County. Gammon. Back into the net is Allen. Low down to grab it. Kept up. Allen. Doug, no, not underneath of it. I thought Grayson County, I thought Gaskin did just get her hand in there, but apparently the floor came a little bit too quick. And caught a nice answer of their own. A little 3-0 spurt for the Hornets. 14-12. Hornets not going away easily. Gammon sets up Eskew. Tunnicliffe over on that far side. Smacked down by Gammon. Is it out? It is. Point Grayson County. Shane Decker had to do a little bit of a jig to get out of the way of that one. Subs in. Ashby re-enters, as does Gaither for Grayson. Of course, if you're Gaither playing in this gym, it's big shoes to fill. I'm not sure if Chloe has any direct relation to Chris or not. He scored a couple points in this gym, though. And I know a lot of people are very excited about what should be a big basketball season for both squads. Of course, the Cougar boys, very high expectations for this year. And listen, if you ask them, since I've been here a lot of years, when I ask them, what are your goals for this year? And usually they're going to say that their goal is to win the district. And I think that without question, their goal this year is going to be, their goal is to get to Rupp. And they got a shot. And last year, as it hits the speaker, bad luck, Point Grayson County. Speaker is in play up top. The boys got a shot. And they're going to be playing in some cool events this year. You'll just have to stay tuned in, as we'll be with you for a lot of it. We're going to be logging some miles as well. Back over. Hancock keeps it alive, though. Nice job. Allen is going to get the point for Grayson County. As the boys, I know I've talked to head coach Travis Johnson. He's told me some of the scheduling that they have on the radar. I know I'm not at liberty to discuss some of it. One event that they're playing in, I'm honestly surprised has not been announced yet. But it'll be exciting when it does. Something that's going to put this team on a big stage, without question. In fact, they got a couple of those. Ava Gardner back over. And an error for Hancock County. Macy Roberts sends it into the net. (20-12), Grayson leads here in this third set. Trying to finish off the Lady Hornets. Blocked by Eskew and Allen. Punched over by Grayson County. How about Gaither showing it off? Back over by Allen. Diving after, couldn't quite get there, was Gaskin. Grace Franich comes back in. Claire Swihart in for Hancock. 20-13, Grayson trying to finish off a 3-0 sweep. They'll be on the road in Morgantown on Thursday. You'll be able to come out and see them on Monday of next week as they'll host Franklin Simpson, as there's a hit over the net for Grayson County. Chloe Gaither gets the kill. Lindsay will re-enter for Grayson County, as will Layla Eskew. As we will be back with the Lady Cougars on, in fact, it's going to be a little bit, the 16th of September, I believe. Looking at this is going to be our next home match as they take on Butler Camp. So we'll have the coverage of that one. Looking forward to it. So we got a couple more matches this season that will be there. Ace for Grayson County. Inching closer towards a home opener win. Next Saturday, though, if you're looking for something to do, maybe you don't want to watch Kentucky embarrass themselves against Toledo, come out here. There's going to be volleyball all day long here at Grayson County as they're hosting the River Regions Showcase. Ace for Grayson County, 2 away now. As there's going to be matchups starting at 9:30 all day, as there's going to be 6 games here. Fort Knox, Hopkins County Central, Glasgow, all joining Grayson County, and each squad's going to play one another. What should be a good day of volleyball. Lindsay goes into the net. And that's next Saturday. Come out and support the teams. No, they'd very much appreciate it. And what you can also do is you can come and flip on the K105 app, and you can listen to the Kentucky game while you're sitting here watching some volleyball, and then you get the best of both worlds. You get to listen to Tom Leach and watch a little volleyball. Ace for Hancock County. Lindsay was a little off balance, trying to get that one out. Got a little bit of space to work, though. Serve for Staples. Grayson 2 points away from a 3-0 sweep. Up into the air for Ashby, setting it up for Eskew, and that's a point for Grayson County. And it's not only a point for Grayson County, it is a match point for Grayson County. Taylor Gaskin re-enters, as does, I believe that was Emaroni, who will try to finish it off. She's had a good match today. Over on the far side, too strong sweep for Grayson County. They win it 25-15 in set number 3, and they take the match. 3-0 against Hancock County. The Lady Cougars are now 1-1 on the season. We'll come back, have more after this, as again, the Lady Cougars are winners today by the final tally of 3-0 in straight sets. We'll come back. Post-game show is next here on K105.
Smith Overhead Door isn't just about opening and closing. We're about safety, security, and style for your home or business. As a Future Designs company, we're lifting expectations across Grayson and surrounding counties with top brands like CHI and Chamberlain.
Hey there, I'm Kevin Brooks with Smith Overhead Door. Whether it's a sturdy LiftMeister for your garage or a sleek Clopay door for your shop, we install and service with a commitment to reliability. Smith Overhead Door, we're opening up possibilities.
Secure your entrance at SOHD.info.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing that keeps us focused.
A habit we never skip to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game, to drown out that self-doubt and support your mental health? Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and your mental health.
Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Hi, I'm Bob with Hometown Hangout Sports Pub and Grill. You might have noticed we don't have fancy decor or celebrity chefs. It's true, we've ignored the trend of upscale dining and extravagant renovations. That gets pretty expensive, you know. And in the end, it's the customer who pays for those upgrades. Not at Hometown Hangout. Our guests come to us for one thing, to have a great time. Whether you're with the family, the whole team, or just friends, you'll love our fun atmosphere, exciting games, and great food. Hometown Hangout on West White Oak. See you after the game.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
You complete me. Together we're one. I never wanna be without you. Together's more fun. Together we are one.
Midway Pharmacy is your trusted local partner in health and wellness, offering free delivery so you never have to worry about picking up your medications. The friendly staff knows you by name and is always ready to assist you. Living and raising our families in the same community, they understand your needs. With a wide range of services and personalized care, Midway Pharmacy is here to make your life easier and healthier. Visit or call any countywide location today of Midway Pharmacy.
Welcome back to the Cougar Den. Grayson County defeats Hancock County tonight in straight sets 3-0 as they win 25-18, 25-13, 25-15. So good matchup there for Grayson County to get us started in a victorious way. No better way to do it than that. As our hometown hangout MVP for today, we talked it over, and the MVP for today's matchup, the first one for this brand new season, is going to be Taylor Gaskin. The outside hitter, the senior, had a strong match here today, so Taylor is our first hometown hangout MVP for today. In fact, she's getting her picture taken right now to be put on the graphic for tomorrow, and her picture will now be at hometown hangout for this season. She also gets something that we're not allowed to mention. She gets, it's just a secret, I guess, but she gets, a prize as well that we're not allowed to mention. And she also gets invited to the second annual Hometown Hangout MVP Bash that will happen again in June. A lot of fun that we did earlier this summer, and we're hoping to make that a yearly thing as it goes along. So again, Taylor Gaskin is our Hometown Hangout MVP for the first game of this season. We'll take a break, come back a little bit more. Here comes up as Grayson County moves to 1-1 on the season. This is Lady Cougar Volleyball on K105.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Litchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Okay, time to see if I got it.
Yes!
It is my honor to welcome you to the class of 2029. See you, teacher! Congratulations and welcome to the Big Blue Nation!
Everyone deserves a bright future. Find your future at futurity.org.
For each life moment, your kids could get free or low-cost health coverage from Medicaid or CHIP. Kids up to age 19 are covered for checkups, vaccines, dentist visits, hospital care, and more. Your kids may be eligible now, even if you've applied before. And if they already have Medicaid or CHIP, remember to renew every year. Get started now at insurekidsnow.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hi, I'm Bob with Hometown Hangout Sports Pub and Grill. You might have noticed we don't have fancy decor or celebrity chefs. It's true, we've ignored the trend of upscale dining and extravagant renovations. That gets pretty expensive, you know. And in the end, it's the customer who pays for those upgrades. Not at Hometown Hangout. Our guests come to us for one thing, to have a great time. Whether you're with the family, the whole team, or just friends, you'll love our fun atmosphere, exciting games, and great food. Hometown Hangout on West White Oak. See you after the game.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where the Lady Cougars win today against Hancock County to move to 1-1 on the season. Coach Decker joins us now, and I thought that, the matchup started off, you all started on fire, which I think is probably what you wanted to see, going up 7-0 after yesterday was a performance, and you told me before the match was one that you didn't set well, right? How did it feel, though, to see a quick start today?
Much better. And to be honest, it wasn't the start that kind of killed us yesterday. It was more kind of the middle of the sets where we kind of just hit a lull and just couldn't – we got down and just kept hitting our head against the wall and just couldn't get over it. But our body language was a lot better today. Just our energy was a lot better. That's kind of what I noticed. And I think we had some of the first game jitters yesterday, and we kind of shook those out and kind of bounced back pretty well.
I noticed that there were some times today, and this is probably the second game of the season things, where it seemed like communication was a little bit off on the floor. Is that early season stuff, or how do you improve that?
100%. Even though we've been working this rotation for the most part for a month now, it's still one thing to do it in live action where you got another team hitting the ball at you as hard as you can. I mean, when you're the varsity team, and listen, I give a lot of kudos to our JV, even our freshmen, for giving us good looks on a daily basis. And I think that's why our freshmen are so good, because we just throw them to the wolves and say, you're going to play a varsity team a lot of times in practice. And iron sharpens iron is kind of my philosophy when it comes to that. But when it comes down to our rotation, it just takes a while for that to kind of gel and kind of come together. Tonight looked much better than last night, and it's just something that just takes reps and time and getting things figured out and stuff like that. But all that's just early season issues that you run into every year.
Did you like that? I mean, your team is, and I think Hancock would probably admit that as well, that your team is better than them. You're a little bit more experienced. They're young. They're coming along. Mm-hmm. Did you like that your team still had to fight at points? It wasn't a easy win by any stretch. I mean, there was some points there in that third set where I know it was 10. I think they even took the lead there in that third or the second set. They had a lead. Do you like that you had to fight through some adversity and still come out on top?
We did. We talked about being able to, even against someone that is kind of young up and coming like Hancock, trying to push our tempo and push our style of play onto them instead of playing to their tempo and their speed and all that good stuff. And I thought we did a pretty good job of that at certain points. The other thing I try to do, and when you get in games like this, and you can probably really put it away pretty easily if you really want to, is that's good opportunities to kind of get some of those other girls off the bench and get them some kind of live game reps, because you never know when they're going to have to come in and perform. And, I thought all of them, Grace Franich, Carly Gammon, Ava Gardner kind of came in and made, plays. I mean, are they going to make mistakes? Yeah, they're going to make mistakes. But at the end of the day, that's where they're going to cut their teeth and learn as well. So, on the coach, that's one of my philosophies is try to get them in, try to give them as much playing time as you can, because you never know when one of them's going to have to come off the bench for you.
Taylor Gaskin was our MVP. Why is that the right choice?
Why is it the right choice?
Because I'm not going to say that I asked, someone who knows volleyball a lot better than I do, and Allie. I said, hey, Allie, I had a couple of my names in here, and she didn't even, sometimes it's like, well, nope, she knew immediately it was Taylor Gaskin. Why is that the right call? And you agreed.
Taylor tonight kind of exemplifies what Taylor does. She's not afraid to hit into people and stuff like that. Taylor's not the biggest hitter in the planet. I mean, physically she is who she is, but she can jump out of the gym. And she doesn't back down from, bigger blockers. And Hancock, for the second night in a row, Muhlenberg was bigger than us. Hancock was bigger than us. And I told them earlier, I was like, we're never going to be bigger than anybody. We just, size-wise, so we got to be tougher and, grittier and not be afraid to back down. And Taylor does a good job of that. She'll swing into anybody. But tonight I really thought kind of her energy was kind of a little bit infectious out there. She is very capable of playing all the way around. But kind of as a coach, one thing I look at is if I can get her a spell and I can put somebody in the back row that can do the job, keep her legs fresh for the front row, that's going to help us out. And at the same time, get that other person some court experience as well.
Thursday, first district game against Butler County. How do you start off 1-0 in district play?
Be us. That's kind of the message I talk to them about a lot is, don't play other people's game, play our game. We know who we are. We know what kind of program we are. And, that's the kind of thing that, as a coach, I've really enjoyed watching over the last couple of years is we have a climate and a culture on our team of just kids that like to play volleyball. And at the end of the day, as a coach, that's all I can really ask for is, enjoy the game, go out, play it hard, and whatever happens, happens. I mean, like I told them last night, our goal wasn't to go undefeated, so no goals or all goals are still in place. Now, one of our goals is to go undefeated in district play, and that starts Thursday. And we kind of talked about that as like, come in. I don't want to put extra pressure on you. I just want you all to come in and play. But, we do have goals, and let's try to meet those goals. But, that's kind of the big thing for going into Butler County is just be us. Don't let other people dictate who we are and how we play. We play our game and play it to the best of our ability. And if that's good enough, it's good enough. If it's not, we'll strap it up and try again the next time.
And then I'd be remiss Friday night tobacco bowl. You as the principal, I know you're retired, right, as a football coach, or at least temporarily retired.
I have hung up the old football whistle.
But you still got to be I mean, you've coached in that game, you played in that game, you still got to be excited for Friday, right?
100%. And, that's one of the reasons why we did not play in the Apollo SummerSlam and, a Friday-Saturday tournament, because for so many years, our volleyball girls didn't get to experience the Tobacco Bowl. And, that's a rite of passage at Grayson County for, a high school kid, is to go to the Tobacco Bowl and enjoy it. And so for 4 or 5 years in a row, the Apollo tournament has fell on Tobacco Bowl weekend, and so our girls didn't get to participate in it. So, when making the schedule coming into this year, I said, we're not playing in that tournament. Our school spirit and our school's culture is more about, they'll get more out of going to that Friday night than going to a volleyball tournament where we can play several other ones. So it was a no-brainer to me. I was like, we're not doing it. We're going to go. If you want to go to the game, go to the game, enjoy your friends, have a good time, and, celebrate when we bring home a stick.
Coach, I appreciate it. We'll talk to you here soon, in a couple of weeks.
No problem.
And
have a good one.
Maybe they should listen on Friday for halftime, right?
Yeah, I mean.
Maybe you might know.
I heard the guy that's doing the halftime thing is, pretty good guy.
Oh, is he? Is it Kaler?
Don't get me started on that one.
We'll come back, wrap it up after this. This is Lady Cougar Volleyball on K105.
Midway Pharmacy is your trusted local partner in health and wellness, offering free delivery so you never have to worry about picking up your medications. The friendly staff knows you by name and is always ready to assist you. Living and raising our families in the same community, they understand your needs. With a wide range of services and personalized care, Midway Pharmacy is here to make your life easier and healthier. Visit or call any countywide location today of Midway Pharmacy.
Food isn't just fuel to live, it's fuel to grow. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger, and together we can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Visit feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Ready to make a splash for a cause? Join the Ducking Tunger Regatta at Litchfield Aquatic Center, Monday, September 1st. Every $5 ticket supports the Grayson County Alliance Food Pantry. And with only 2,000 tickets available, your odds are better than ever. Plus, you could win the grand prize of $1,000. Dive in and help us float toward a hunger-free community. Visit gc-alliance.com to secure your ticket today. Help us paddle against hunger.
Lady Cougars sweep Hancock County today 3-0, and that'll wrap us up here for today. Remember, Friday night, 6:30 will be the locker room show on K105. We'll be down in Brownsville to have it for you. You'll be able to watch where you're watching right now or listen on K105. So that'll wrap us up here tonight for the K105 Digital Productions crew of Garen Johnson and Simon Drain. This is Sam Gormley saying so long, everyone.